The story is called Our Little Heroes, a bilingual book by David Heredia. Trailblazers, history makers, barrier breakers, say hello to women and men who stood up, spoke out, and changed the world. Ernie Barnes, an iconic athlete and artist, he used a paint canvas to show the beauty of the African American world. Ramon Emeterio Betances, father of the Puerto Rican independence movement, his gentle nature and grace made him an icon to people everywhere. Dr. Hawa Abdi, the first woman's doctor from Somalia, her courage helped save thousands of refugees. Benazir Bhutto, the courageous Muslim woman who led a nation she was chosen by the people to bring change to Pakistan. Sudhanu Biswas, a spiritual leader and activist from India, he offers home and heart to children without hope. Henry Box Brown, he became a beacon of hope to enslaved African Americans when he mailed himself to freedom. Idalisa Bonelli de Calventi, a Dominican marine biologist, her love for the ocean inspires us to keep sea animals safe. Sitting Bull, his wisdom and courage were legendary chief of the Hankupapa Lakota Sioux people. He defended his people and the land. Joseph Balloon, Chevalier de St. George's, the first classical composer of African descent, he gave up his status and title so that others like him could be equal in the eyes of France. Sylvia Carrero, the elected leader and advocate for education and healthcare, she is the voice for the indigenous women of Panama. Dr. Margaret Chan, a bold physician from China who led the World Health Organization, she fights for a healthier world. Shirley Chisholm, the first African American woman elected to U.S. Congress, she was unbought and unbossed and sharp as a tack. Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler, the first African American woman physician, as an author, she used words and wisdom to thrive in spite of great inequality. Bessie Coleman, the first woman pilot of African American Cherokee ancestry, she dazzled the world and conquered the sky. Oscar de la Renta, he studied to be a painter, but as a fashion designer, he brought his style to the world, the Dominican king of fashion. What makes an ordinary person a hero? Meet more brave men and women who stood up for what was right. Kahil Gibran, a Lebanese American philosopher, his words on the page speak truth and love. Arvind Gupta, a brilliant scientist from India, he turned one man's trash into treasure for a whole village. Dr. Wanda Diaz Merced, after losing her sight, this Puerto Rican astrophysicist used the sounds of science to remind us that knowledge needs to be accessible to all. Fannie Lou Hamer, a courageous African American civil rights leader, she never let being sick and tired stop her from moving forward. Daniel Inouye, the first Japanese American member of the U.S. Congress, never lost an election in Hawaii and was even awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Dr. Anandi Gopal Joshi, an American trained doctor from India, she broke down barriers to save lives that others could not. Yuri Kochiyama, a Japanese American advocate for people and peace, she taught us to build bridges, not walls. Argelia Laya, an activist and educator of Venezuela, she reminds us why we must sit as equals. Tawakkol Karman, a Yemeni journalist and Nobel Peace Prize winner, she reminds us that words, not wars, have power. Tracy Lewis, standing tall against the flames, she became the second African American woman promoted to lieutenant by the New York City Fire Department. Maya Lin, a talented Chinese American architect, she honors soldiers and civil rights activists with historical monuments. Manuel de Reis Machado, he renewed a nation's love for its culture by founding the first school in Brazil for capoeira, a martial art disguised as dance. Madam C.J. Walker, a self-made millionaire, she used her wealth, knowledge, and drive to uplift other African American women. And Cranville T. Woods, an African American engineer and inventor. He made it safer to travel by train. Now you know them, heroes of many colors. Who's your hero? The end.